a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. They're located at 4687 Pembroke Road in Hopkinsville. Back with our chat with Coach Benny coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Whether you're shopping for an engagement ring or you
Very
just
good.
need a
Thank
little
you, sir.
something for
Absolutely.
a birthday gift, Jay's Trucker Jewelry
Always
can
enjoy
help
it.
you find
Yeah.
just what you're looking for
Now,
with our wide
you kill
selection.
for country's greatest hits. 95.3 The Farm. WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville.
Zach Hampton is on the hill. He's going through his warm-up tosses as we've just had the singing of our national anthem, as well as our ceremonial first pitches. And I tell you what, as he's warming up here, he's looking real good. I've got a great vantage point here. I'm right behind the catcher. And we're elevated here in the press box. And those first two pitches he threw were right across, right over the plate.
Yeah, right over the diamond of that thing. He's got some good movement. It feels pretty good with this. And, again, he's a guy that head coach Chris Benny was more than happy to bring back. Again, Zach Hampton is a guy who's got some ties to this program. He was here a season ago, but also his aunt Holly Hampton is on the board here with the Hoptown Hoppers. And, again, as we mentioned a few times, he's a returner from Texas. But he's played his college ball at UMHB, where this past season, in 13 appearances and 6 of them being starts, he recorded a 4.96 ERA and 49 innings pitched.
Of course, in addition to this game tonight, there are 2 other games going on in the league tonight. You've got Fulton at Paducah, and Full Count Rhythm is at Madisonville tonight. Of course, Henderson, they'll be at home tomorrow night as they host Madisonville. And the Hoppers will be back home tomorrow night, so 2 consecutive games at home. And they'll have the Paducah Chiefs in here tomorrow night. 6:30 first pitch. We're on the air at 6:15. Joe will have the call along with Colin tomorrow night. Gunnar Waldrop, the center fielder, will lead off for Henderson. And the first pitch of the ball game is across the plate for a strike as we get this contest underway at 6:06. And the second pitch, and this one catches the outside corner for strike 2. So 2 quick strikes.
I like that from Hampton. He's working quick on the mound right now and just going right after the batter. Might as well with the first few guys.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be just a little bit high for ball 1, so it's going to be 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mason Lester, the second baseman, is on deck for the Flash. Here's the pitch, and this one is going to be hit foul, I believe. Yep, it is foul. Good thing it was foul because it had some nice distance to it down the first base side.
Yeah, he went for that curveball that ended up about level high, and he just got around on all of it. A little bit too around on it, obviously,
right,
as it was foul, but he caught it all.
All right, here's the 4th pitch of the inning, and this one's fouled back into the netting. So the count will remain a ball and 2 strikes. Henderson in the gray pants today with the blue piping down the side, the blue jerseys with the yellow sleeves. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss for a strikeout. So the first strikeout of the ball game for Hampton. And it's, yes, sir.
Sorry, saying decent progression there from Hampton with his pitch selection. I like going with the fastball upstairs there because he got it to blow by him lower in the zone. And when it's a fastball up in the zone, it's so hard to catch up to. He knew he could get it by him with that pitch.
Here's the left-handed batter as he steps to the plate. This is Mason Lester, the second baseman for Henderson. Wears number 1. Hoptown in the red tops with the white pants. The black hats with the red bills, and here's a swing and a miss. And that evens the count at 1-1.
Just with the naked eye right now, Hampton's got some really good velo on that fastball. It's a bit of a tick up from Ross yesterday.
Looks in. He doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. I think he shook him off 3 times before he got one that he liked. Here is the pitch. And it catches the outside portion of the plate for strike 2. So 1-2 the count now to the batter, Mason Lester. Again, good crowd tonight for this Sunday night contest. Here's the pitch. This one's low and in the dirt. Good job by the catcher that time for the Hoppers, McCartan.
Look at the facial expression from Hampton on that pitch. It looked like he just tried to aim too much instead of just throwing it and trusting his arm.
Here's the pitch, and this one again is going to be low, and this one's inside this time. And that's a full count now. 3 balls and 2 strikes to the batter, Lester. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be outside for ball 4. So after a leadoff strikeout by Waldrop, Lester is aboard, and the left fielder, Brandon Minio, will come to the plate. And another lefty in the lineup.
You know, not a bad miss right there from Hampton. It was a really good curveball right there that just stayed a little bit outside, but, you know, that curve starts a little bit earlier. It's probably making its way back in the zone.
Pitch is low for a ball to Minio. 1-0 the count. Dom Davis, the catcher, is on deck. It's the pitch, and this one's fouled back and out of play over the home dugout on third base here at Tiger Field.
At least these dugouts have a little bit of a fence in front of them. Yesterday over in Fulton, they don't have anything protecting the guys in the dugout.
There you go.
That also surprised me.
Yeah. Here is the pitch, and this one again is fouled, and this will go over towards the bullpen on the Hopper side, on the third base side of the field. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You know, Minio just finished up his freshman year at Harding University, where he batted .226 in only 14 games.
Here's the pitch, and this is a swing and a miss, and he strikes him out. They throw down, and he is they got him by 3 or 4 steps. I mean, it was, I'm guessing that was hit and run, wouldn't you think?
It has to be. I don't know why he took off.
Yeah. So he strikes out, and then Lester is caught trying to steal the bag. So we played 1/2 inning as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. At the end of a half an inning with the Hoppers coming to bat, we have no score.
We'd also like to recognize sponsors WKD's
Selection of jewelry and gift items. And of course, gift wrap.
Your home for country's greatest hits.
All right, on the mound tonight for the Henderson Flash, it's going to be Rickon Burkett, the starting pitcher tonight. He's a righty.
Yeah, Burkett just finished up his sophomore year over at Hanover College over in Indiana, where in just 2.1 innings pitched, he recorded a 15.43 ERA, but again, didn't really get much action under his belt. That's only 4 runs he gave up, so he's kind of still very, very fresh entering this summer season.
Right, and you see that a lot in this league. The guys that are playing in this league, they're a freshman or sophomore, didn't get a lot of play, whether it was injury or whatever. Just the players before them were just better, and they come to a league like this so that they can get some innings in and kind of hone their craft a little bit. Easton Beatty is leading off, the right fielder for the Hoptown Hoppers. And the pitch is across for a strike. 0-1 the count. I didn't check the Hopper defense in their half of the opening inning, but Colin will do that for you when he has the play-by-play coming up here in the top of the second. That pitch was a ball, so it's going to be 1-1 now the count, with Ryan McCartan, the catcher, on deck. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. So it's 1-2 as Beatty falls behind. No scores we play here in the bottom of the first inning of play. Here's the pitch, and it's fouled back. So the count will remain a ball and 2 strikes.
You know, Beatty's still looking for his first hit, even though he's appeared in all 3 games, and he's shown that he's had a really good eye. He got walked 3 times in the game yesterday, just wasn't able to get on via the base hit.
Pitcher looks in. He comes to the plate with the pitch, and it's going to be a ball. So now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks in. Here comes the pitch, and this is going to be hit into left center field. It's going to go all the way to the wall as it gets between the center fielder and the left fielder. And in there with a double is going to be Easton Beatty. And you just mentioned he was waiting for that first hit, and the announcer got that hit for him, I would say.
Hey, I'll take it. Usually I got the announcer's jinx in a bad way, and that one we just spoke it into existence. And you know, he wasn't trying to do too much with that pitch. It was a little high and in, so he puts it right where the ball is pitched. He turns a little bit on the inside half, pokes it into the gap, and you know what? It just rolls out there for a perfect little drop.
Double for Beatty, and the batter is going to be the catcher, Ryan McCartan, and the Hoppers have a runner in scoring position. Base hit here might score Beatty from second, and this one's inside. Did it hit him? I believe it did. Hit pitch. So McCartan on board via the hit batter. And now it's going to be Dom Hartman coming to the plate, the third baseman. And, man, he put one outside the fence in the home opener here for the Hoppers.
Yeah, he got every bit of that ball on the debut day for the Hoppers in the 2026 season. That was a 3-run shot as well.
It'd be nice here to get a 3-run shot, and this is going to be inside. So the count's a ball and no strikes. Evan Jacob, the DH, is on deck for the Hoppers. Runners at first and second. Here is the pitch, and this is going to be a foul towards the Hopper dugout on the third base side. So that evens the count at a ball and a strike.
And Hartman showed off the strength in game 1. Then yesterday, an 0-for-5 effort for him, but he put mostly everything in play, only 1 strikeout. Just everything was right at someone. So got a little unlucky with that bit, but you can tell he's still swinging the bat very, very well.
Batter looks back at the runner at second. This pitch is going to be outside and a little low. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Here is the pitch, and this one's going to be popped up, and it is falling in foul territory down the first base side. The right fielder Long gave chase but couldn't catch up to it. That gives us an opportunity to tell you in the outfield from left to right, you've got Minio in left, Waldrop in center, and Long in right. The infield is Tatum at third, Satterfield at short. You may remember his name, a star at Henderson County High School. Lester's at second and Hicks at first base. Here's the pitch to the catcher. They'll throw down, but runner gets back. And I think the umpire might have twisted his ankle. Yeah, he's holding his ankle like he twisted his ankle.
Definitely not a good look whatsoever. You play with only 3 umpires in this league. He just gave the thumbs up, so hopefully everything is okay.
Yeah. So the batter steps back in, Dom Hartman. Here's the pitch. This one's foul back. Oh, I'm sorry. Evan Jacob, I'm sorry.
They called him out on strikes.
Called him out on strikes. Okay,
yeah.
Thank you. I was watching the throw down and wasn't paying attention to at home plate. I apologize on that. Evan Jacob, the DH, is now the batter. And this one's going to be popped up into right. Has it got the distance? It's gone! A 3-run home run for the DH Evan Jacob. And the bats, boy, they're still hot here at Tiger Field.
Sponsored by Jay Schroeder.
Maybe that's a new pattern. Maybe that's going to be something throughout the whole season. A 3-run homer has to happen at some point. It happened on opening night. It happens here in the very first inning here. Evan Jacob getting a hold of the entire baseball right there. And, you know, again, it wasn't like he was trying to put the biggest swing on it. He just took that ball where it was pitched, and that's just the strength he has. He talks to me before and after the games about how he gets here early every single day. He wants to put in that extra effort, that extra work, and it pays off here in Game 3 with his first at-bat.
And that basically was an opposite field home run for him. You know, you see lefties go that way a lot into right, but with the right-handed batter up there, and the catcher had, the right fielder had no chance.
No way.
Short fence there. It's a little taller in the corners on both ends, and then straight away. Here's the pitch, and here's one hit, and it's going to go at least 2 as he rounds first. The throw, we may have a play, and he's in there safe. Beating the throw is going to be Brennan Mealer, the first baseman.
I mean, what a throw there from Raymond Long there in right field. They made that a lot closer than it probably should have intended to be. As soon as it hit the ground, though, it kind of died. You would expect it to hit the ground and really roll out there all the way to the fence. It kind of just stuck when it landed, making it a way easier throw from the outfield in.
Now coming to the plate is going to be Reed Hayes, a left fielder for the Hoppers. And he fouls one into the Henderson dugout.
And sure, there's 3 runs already up, another guy in scoring position against Burkett, but we just mentioned not too many innings under his belt in the spring season. He's definitely just looking at making sure he's in the strike zone in his first appearance of the season so that as it continues later on, he can be a little bit more creative with his stuff.
Pitch is going to be low. Oh. I need to wait. They call that a strike. So it's now 0-2. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be a chop foul down the first base side.
Reed Hayes, another guy who's played in all 3 games, and game 1 went 1 for 4, but yesterday was an 0 for 5 effort from him as well. One of those times, though, he did get on the base just by an error from the shortstop, and that did result in Hoptown's first run in their game yesterday.
Looks back at second. Now will come to the plate. Pitch is high. Ball 1. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carson Knowles is on deck, the second baseman for the Hoppers. Again, looks back at second, but there's nobody near the bag, so he can take his lead. And here's one hit up the middle, and it is going to be taken by the second baseman over to first in time for the out. And that does advance the runner over to third base. As that goes 4-3 for the out.
Now batting for the Hoppers, number 6, Carson Knowles.
Carson Knowles, the second baseman, will now be the batter. He is the 7th man to come to the plate here in the first inning of play. Here's the pitch from Burkett. And let's see, it's a strike. Kind of rocks the bat as he waits now. Pitch is a ball.
It's the other thing you really got to like about these Hoptown bats. Sure, they're aggressive, they're really strong when they swing, but they're patient at the plate. They wait on their pitch, and they've got really good command and vision when they're looking at pitches outside the zone.
Here's the pitch from Beckett, and this is going to be foul and out of play over the Henderson dugout on the first base side. That moves the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. We've got 2 outs, a runner at third for the Hoppers. That is going to be Mealer at third. Pitch is inside. 2-2 the count now with 2 outs. course, Mealer running on anything hit with the 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be popped up into right. The right fielder Long is back there, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. So in that inning, the Hoppers bring 7 to the plate, and they have 1, 2, 3 base hits. There was a hit batter, and one guy struck out. So on 3 hits, the Hoppers with 3 runs. There were no Henderson errors. As we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard, it's Hoptown 3 and Henderson nothing after 1 inning of play. 3-0, a Hoptown on top on the home run by Evan Jacob. And taking the way here in the 2nd inning of play, Colin Carruthers.
Well, thank you for that again. 3-0 lead for the Hoptown Hoppers. An inning ago, it was a little strike him out, throw him out situation to get him out of the top of the 1st. Now, Dom Davis in the cleanup spot will lead things off for the Flash here in the top of the 2nd inning. Dom Davis, tonight's catcher, who just finished up his junior year at Harding University. Now waits the first pitch from Hampton. From the windup, delivers, and off-speed fouled off backwards for strike 1. Quick reset. As Hampton now set for the 2nd pitch, the 0-1 delivery, way outside, evens the count 1 apiece.
Yeah, he looked so good in that 1st inning of play. A couple of pitches here, just a little wide.
Here's the 1-1, and it's in a little, swing. That's fouled off backwards to make it a 1-2. So Dom Davis, actually from the Bowling, Kentucky area, so somewhat close to home, and we're transferred from Ren Lake Community College before making his way over, as now he swings through the 1-2. It's a strikeout to begin the inning for Hampton.
3rd strikeout of the night so far.
Now batting for the Flash, number 45, Raymond Long.
Well, there's 1 up and 1 down so far. Is stepping up to the plate, Raymond Long, the right fielder who made that final out of the inning beforehand. First pitch he sees of the evening is fouled off into the netting backwards. 3 strikeouts already, as you mentioned. Is already on pace to maybe outlapse Carter Ross. They're all trying to one-up each other, the starting pitchers right now. The 0-1 from Hampton goes to the curve, up the middle, gets past the shortstop Cade Wall and into the outfield for a 1-out single as he's aboard safely.
And the first base hit of the night for Henderson. Their other runner was reached on a base on balls. That was Lester, and then it was a strike him out, as you said, a strike him out, throw him out as he was trying to steal 2nd to end the 1st.
I mean, you're set up for another opportunity right now. One out on the top of the 2nd with a runner on first. First pitch from Hampton to the 6th spot is too far outside. Ball 1. At the plate right now, Robert Hicks, the first baseman for the Flash, for the righty-righty matchup. Pitch from the stretch now from Hampton, and it's a called strike on the outside half of the plate, even count 1-1. Hicks just finishing up his freshman year where he attended Lee University, played the corners, both first and third base. The curveball too low for a strike at the 2-1 count. Hicks is from Mableton, Georgia, where he is majoring in exercise science, and this past year had a .500 batting average, which sounds great, but it was only 2 at-bats, so nothing too much underway this spring. That one misses about 3 levels too much upstairs. 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 out, and a runner on first here in the top of the second. Hoptown has a 3-0 lead. Long pause, now the delivery, and it's fouled backwards. It feels like Hampton's really getting back and settled in here in the second inning.
Yeah, the first part, a couple of pitches to start the inning, but now he's settling in.
Here's the 3-2, and it is a cold strike 3, back-to-back Ks for him, and that's his 4th of the day.
That would be the backwards K. Kind of froze the young man there at the plate, and that is now 4 strikeouts so far in this contest.
Big punch out there. Now they'll bring up Peyton Tatum, the third baseman. Steps into the left-handed batter's box. Raymond Long still stands on first base. Here's the first pitch to him. He takes off, and it gets away from Ryan McCartan, the catcher. Bounces up the first base line, so he's aboard safely on second with the steal.
Yeah, just when he went to make that throw, it just slipped right out of his hands, and runner safely in there.
That pitch was a ball, so it's a 1-0 count. Runner in scoring position. Hampton with the pitch to the plate, and it's fouled up the right line. Now the count runs 1-1 with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Raymond Long from Rock Valley College. Stands 6'3" and 230 in the left-handed box. The 1-1. Here goes the curve. It's hit off to the right side. Lands and finds some real estate in right field. Runner takes off for home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Applies the tag. Not in time. And a flash score. They make it a 3-1 ball game. And Peyton Tatum advances a second on the throw.
That was a good throw from the right fielder, Beatty. But, I mean, it was bang at the plate, but he just did get that slide in time before the tag was applied.
Well, the Flash trying to start chipping back early as they now only trail by 2 runs, and will now bring up the 8th spot Egan Prather, who was DHing in this ball game for the Flash. Hampton still working out of the stretch with 2 outs. First pitch to Prather is too far outside with a fastball. Prather is from Metairie, Louisiana, where he attends Loyola University. Actually, there's a few guys from Louisiana on this team, and you'll get to know a few of them coming up. But here's the 1-0, as that one is a college strike in the bottom half of the zone. And Prather's DHing. He's primarily a catcher, but can also pitch quite a bit. So he plays both sides of that little catch-pitch little game right there. Here's the 1-1 from Hampton, and it's too far outside yet again, 2-1. It seems like that fastball that's been missing has been way outside on these righties. You've still got Peyton Tatum over on second base after he advanced on the throw with the RBI single. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. Hampton to the plate, goes with the slider. It's a called strike by our home plate umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce is wild here in the top of the second inning with a runner on second and a 3-1 lead for the Hoppers. Hampton, a long stare into McCartan, the catcher. He's finally set for the pitch. Here he is with the leg kick, and it's over on the right side. It gets under the glove. Of course, it knows at second. They're sending the runner home yet again. It's a soft throw in to the middle of the infield, and Peyton Tatum scores and make it a 3-2 game.
Just underneath the glove. I mean, you could see very little daylight between the ball and the glove as it scooted past him.
Without him making contact, that does go down as a single. Now the 9th spot, Alex Satterfield, the shortstop, steps up. The righty in the box to face Hampton. First pitch he sees an off-speed on the outside half called strike. So now the Flash, after giving up 3 runs on a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first, they're already only trailing by 1. Goes back to the slider, throw down the first. Tag applied on the back pick, and he's back safely. But it is a called strike. So no balls and 2 strikes on the count. Satterfield to try to extend this inning. Here's the pitch, and it's over on the right side again. That one's slower, an easier play for Knowles, and that gets underneath him. He bobbled it, and he's on first base safely as Prather advances the second.
I believe that's going to be an E4 there.
Oh, yeah. First error this season from the Hoptown Hoppers defensively. We mentioned in the pregame, and we've been mentioning it throughout the early season so far, that the defense has looked phenomenal. This is really the first hiccup we've seen so far. Hampton now delivers at the top of the order, comes back to the plate. First pitch is, again, way too far outside on the fastball. It's a ball, excuse me. And you've got Prather over on second. Alex Satterfield on first after the error. 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. 3-2, the Hoppers do lead, but in danger of giving that up right here. The 1-0 pitch, and just too low to be called. Gunnar Waldrop at the plate right now for the Flash, the center fielder who last time up, he struck out swinging against Hampton. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Here's the pitch from Hampton. He got him out of his boots swinging on that one. Count goes 2-1. He tried putting that up past the light pole in left center field. Couldn't connect on it. Hampton accepts the sign. He's now set. Here's the leg kick through the plate. That one high, fly ball to right field. This one's going back, and it is caught on the back of the warning track by Easton Beatty. Boy, I thought that one was about to be gone for a 5-3 game. Instead, the Hoppers hold on to a lead as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. Hoppers lead 3-2 against the Henderson Flash. You're listening to Hoppers Baseball here on 95.3 The Farm.
Looking at
Well, the Hoppers had a really good offensive showing in the bottom of the first inning. They grabbed 3 runs off a 3-run homer, courtesy of the cleanup batter, Evan Jacob, but that 3-run lead is squandered. It's only 3-2 right now after giving up a few after an error, and a good shot in the gap from the Flash, and you need a few more runs here right now to add some good cushion insurance for Zach Hampton.
Yeah, I don't think 3-2 is going to do it.
No, absolutely
Going to have to be some more runs tonight.
You're going to need a lot more help. Again, the Hoppers scored 6 in their first game of the year, and then 7 last night against the Railroaders. So still plenty of opportunity as they're only here in the bottom of the second inning. They'll send the 8th batter in the order to the plate right now. Alex McGuire steps up, who went 0 for 4 in the home opener 2 nights ago. Face Burkett on the mound, the righty-righty matchup. First pitch is a dribbler over towards the second baseman. High bounce. It's caught and thrown over by Mason Lester for out one.
Yeah, that was bang bang. I don't know if that was one you'd want them to take a look at if we had the replay. It was pretty close.
You'd definitely be looking at it. The umpire should be looking over at the dugout. The head coach should be having his hand up. Hey, give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Yeah, let me see that one again.
Well, now stepping up is Cade Wall, who awaits his first pitch of the evening. Burkett delivers, and this one attacks on the first pitch. It's screamed over the Tatum at third, who takes his time collecting and throwing over the first for the second out. 2 pitches, 2 outs quickly against the Hoppers as they still lead 3-2 in the bottom of the second, but definitely a churn from what we saw in the first inning at the plate.
Yeah, when 7 batters came to the plate, and again, as you said, the home run with the 3 runs scored, and here just 2 pitches and 2 outs.
We're back to the top of the order. Easton Beatty, he does not swing at the first pitch, and it results in a ball. Beatty last time up had that double to begin the game, his first hit in a Hoppers uniform. The 1-0 pitch from Burkett swung out toward left center field, and it hangs up there. Plenty of time for Braden Minnow to grab it for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. We've stuck at a 3-2 lead for the Hoppers. We'll see if the Flash can squander that and take the lead when we return here on 95.3 The Farm.
With Fly and Peacock.
Three The Farm, playing country favorites for Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, and Fort Campbell.
Well, Zach Hampton back out to toe the rubber for the Hoppers after they sent 7 to the plate in the bottom of the first. The Flash responded by having 7 of their own in the top of the second and only trail 3-2 here at Tiger Field in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. So now stepping up to the plate to begin the top of the third is the second batter in the order, Mason Lester, who reached on a walk against Zach Hampton but was thrown out stealing in that first inning. He attacks on the first pitch just like the Hoppers did a half inning ago, and it's an easy pop fly in left field for Reed Hayes to corral for out 1.
Now batting number 22, Braden Minio.
So as quickly as we got out of the bottom of the second, we quickly have 1 out. In the third, Braden Minio, a left fielder now at the plate. First pitch he goes after, and that one's right up the middle under the glove of Carson Knowles again, but didn't have much of a chance of catching up to that one. A 1-out single as Minio reaches safely.
Now batting for the Flash, number 7, Dom Davis.
Well, feels like everyone's trying to get out of this one in a hurry on this Sunday night action of baseball. They're attacking at every first pitch so far. So now Dom Davis comes up to the plate, the catcher who struck out to begin the second inning. Pick over move, the first base is not in time as he slides back in. Dom Davis from Bowling Green, as we mentioned, a transfer from Ren Lake Community College, who now plays his ball at Harding University. 123 at-bats he saw this spring season, where he had a .228 batting average. As that one called strike to begin the second at-bat of the day for Davis. An 0-1 count with one out here in the top of the third and a runner on first base. Hampton delivers, runner takes off for second, but he'll have to return after it's fouled off out of play on the right side. Hampton's ahead in the count, 0-2 against Davis. Which definitely helps because the trouble started an inning ago with the man on deck, Raymond Long, who had that single and eventually would score the first run for the Flash. That one's upstairs, misses for ball one. One ball, two strikes as Hampton now sets from the stretch. Throws over the first, and again, Minio is back safely. Hampton now delivers the pitch. Minio takes off, and he'll have to return yet again as it's just foul of the chalk on the left side. Really good swing right there from Davis, just couldn't keep it fair on the line. So he'll stay alive with a 1-2 count, and the righty steps back into the box. We'll have to hold off until Reed Hayes, the left fielder, is set again. He ran over to remove that baseball from the field of play. Hampton set in the stretch on the mound. Here's the pitch to the plate, and he blows it past him for a strikeout. That's his 5th of the evening. Back-to-back Ks against Dom Davis. But now Raymond Long will step up to the plate. He had a single an inning ago. The lefty awaits the first pitch from the right-handed Hampton, and he'll watch it by for a ball. Throw over, move the first, not in time. He's back safely. Raymond Long from Mahomet, Illinois. I pass by there all the time on my drive between Iowa City to Cincinnati, and I always just like to think about how fun and creative the name is. As that one is a called strike on the inside half, went with the off speed, and evens the count at 1 apiece. Now the 1-1 pitch from Hampton, and it's found into the netting to make it a 1-2. Hampton gets ahead. We mentioned in the last at-bat that Long has been at Rock Valley College, where he didn't record any stats at the plate, but he did pitch a little bit throughout the year, through 52 innings. More than just a little bit. Here's the 1-2 from Hampton. That one flying out towards center field. It's shallow. It's a long chase in, and a diving play from Alex McGuire, head first to end the inning. McGuire loses his hat on the way in to give Hampton the third out as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. The Hoppers hold the Flash at 2 runs. They lead 3-2 as we'll be right back as they head to the plate looking for insurance here on 95.3 The Farm.
Penny Riley.
.3 The Farm, playing country favorites for Hopkinsville and Crofton. The Farm.
2-3-4 due up now for the Hoptown Hoppers in the bottom of the third inning. We're listening to Hoptown Hoppers baseball here on 95.3 The Farm. Again, the Hoppers lead 3-2 after they scored them all on a 3-run homer from Evan Jacob, who will be in the hole this inning, and then gave up 2 a half inning later. Burkett's still on the mound for the Flash as his first pitch he's now set for and delivers to McCartan. It's a ball. So that's how we get the bottom of the third started with a 1-0 count. McCartan reached via the hit by pitch on the first pitch he saw in the last at-bat, or rather plate appearance. That one high and outside. He's ahead in the count 2-0. So in 3 pitches, McCartan is still awaiting his first strike of the day. Burkett's working from the stretch, even though no one's on the base paths. He delivers that one about eye high and inside against McCartan. 3 balls, no strikes to begin the inning. The Saginaw Valley State Cardinal in the right-handed box is awaiting the 3-0 and lets it fly inside for a 4-pitch walk.
Good start for the Hoppers here in the top of the third, or bottom of the third, excuse me, to get some runners on, and hopefully they can capitalize with some big sticks coming up to plate.
Yeah, free pass from McCartan, and you mentioned a big stick, Dom Hartman, stepping up in the box now. He had the first home run of the 2026 season. As a pickoff move over the first is not in time. He's back safely, but Dom Hartman had that 3-run shot in the opening day game against the Madisonville Miners to left field, kind of near or a little bit left of that flagpole. Long pause as now Burkett delivers. Hartman thought about going around, but leaves it about a foot or two outside for ball 1. Again, as you mentioned earlier, really good crowd here at Tiger Field. They're holding on strong, and they're starting to trickle over on that left side as the shade is somewhat covering it a little bit better than it was earlier, for sure.
Yeah, it looks a lot better than it was earlier, yeah.
Well, now they'll see a mound meeting with their pitching coach. Logan Haslam is out there to have a quick conversation. Now, Logan actually pitched for the Flash in 2023 and 2024, and he was the Ohio Valley League Pitcher of the Year in 2024, where he went 53.2 innings, striking out 59 batters and only giving up 16 walks. So he's looking to share his excellence now with the next generation of collegiate baseball players. So the 1-0 count with a runner on first, no outs here in the bottom of the third. The Hoppers lead 3-2. Burkett now set and delivers the pitch. Runner takes off for second. That gets through the 5-6 gap. He'll start rounding second. He's taking off for third as it's bobbled by the left fielder. Throw comes in. It's off the left side of the runner and in foul territory. He'll stay at third as Hartman advances to second on the throw. 2 are in scoring position.
Nice hit there by Hartman, and with nobody out and runners now at second and third, and the young man that hit the home run back in the first inning of play, Evan Jacob, the DH, now coming to the plate.
Remember, that was a 3-run homer, and he's got a shot here with 2 in scoring position yet again. Evan Jacob ready for Burkett's first delivery. Now set for the pitch. Jacob attacks and fouls it on the right side out of play. And that was a single for Dom Hartman. He didn't end up taking off until he saw that throw coming in. Evan Jacob still set in there. Long pause from Burkett before he sends the pitch to the plate, and it's a called strike on the outside half. Jacob falls behind, 0-2 in the count. Evan Jacob, one of the 4 from the United States Sports University, where he hit .284 this past spring with a .401 on-base percentage. The 0-2 pitch from Burkett to Jacob. He catches him chasing at one outside the zone for the first out.
And that's the second strikeout of the ball game for Burkett.
One out now in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Brennan Mueller, who had a double to follow up Evan Jacobs' 3-run blast in the first inning. Mueller stepping into the left-handed box to face the right-handed Burkett. Burkett again with a long pause before delivering, and Mueller swings through the first pitch for strike one. And Burkett, every time he has gone up there, he's getting the sign quickly, he gets set, and he takes a long bit before he decides to go from set position to pitch. Might make the batter a little uneasy in the box. Here's the 0-1 now from Burkett, as Mueller to the right side stays fair and gets under the glove of Robert Hicks at first base. One run comes across. Here comes a second. It will not be contested. Dom Hartman scores. It's a 2 RBI single as the Hoppers take a 5-2 lead.
Nice hit. It kind of looked like maybe it was going to go foul, but it did not. It just got underneath the glove of the first baseman and rolled into right field. And those two runners at second and third were able to come home and didn't even have to slide. As you said, they didn't even throw to the plate.
Two come across as now Mueller stands on first base with the single. At the plate now is Reed Hayes. First pitch, a changeup that misses inside. Had a lot of vertical drop on that one. Reed Hayes didn't record any stats the past season, where he was majoring in corporate sports management with UND. Of course, now transferring to Lansing Community College as the 1-0 pitch is inside and make it 2-0. And Reed Hayes has been all over, doing a lot of cool things. He interned again with the Fort Wayne Tin Caps, and that's a high A affiliate for the San Diego Padres in the Midwest League. 2-0 pitch, right back up the middle, but it's caught on a line by the pitcher. He'll throw it over the first to double off Brennan Mueller and end the third inning. So that'll do it for the bottom of the third. We're a third of the way through this one, but not before the Hoppers complete two on a 2 RBI single via Brennan Mueller. As we take a look at the Brennan Venable State Farm scoreboard, Hoppers lead 5-2. We'll be right back with the fourth here on 95.3 The Farm.
At Max.
For country's greatest hits.
Well, a third of the way through, the Hoppers buy back 2 runs for a 3-run lead. It's a 5-2 ball game here at Tiger Field here in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Hampton's still out on the mound, but I think more interesting to me over on the left side, they just played a little in-between the innings game of tug-of-war over there, just keeping things fun and light for the fans here in attendance.
Yeah, they do several games throughout the ball game with the youngsters that are in the crowd, and they'll do the dizzy bat, and they'll do balloon or egg toss. They'll do several things. I think they pretty much do I don't think they do the egg anymore, but they may do balloon toss, something like that.
Well, we'll see how they continue to do so throughout the season, get creative and have some fun with those in attendance. You definitely want to make it out to a game here. But Hampton now with the first pitch to begin the fourth inning goes to that curveball that misses too far inside. He's facing Robert Hicks at the plate right now. He struck out looking in the second inning. Swings at the second pitch. This one is going to be a no-doubt solo home run to begin the fourth.
Yeah, there was no doubt. The right fielder for the Hoppers, Beatty, he looked at it, he turned, and he quickly stopped. And you knew right then that it was going over the right field wall.
He crosses the plate. It's a 5-3 game still in favor of the Hoptown Hoppers, but the Flash aren't going away without a good fight. They went down 3-0, bought back 2 runs. The Hoppers put up another 2. Now the Flash already got 1 back. Hampton's next pitch responded with a swing, and it'll be off on the left side. Good chase from Dom Hartman, but it's fouled out of play to make it an 0-1 count. At the plate right now after Robert Hicks's home run, he faces Peyton Tatum, the third baseman. Reached with a single and ended up scoring off a single from Egan Prather, who stands on deck. Hampton from the windup. The 0-1 delivery. Change-up called strike on the outside. Hampton's already set now for the 0-2 pitch. He is working quickly, trying to get out of this at-bat, and he'll have to throw another one as it just misses the corner for ball 1. And Peyton Tatum, third baseman tonight, awaiting the 1-2. It's way further outside. Makes it a 2-2 count. And the big difference right now, I think, you saw Chance Todd, the starting pitcher, night 1 for Hoptown, then Carter Ross yesterday. They were very, very efficient, and Hampton has struggled with that point as he gets one in the zone, but it's tipped off the bat of Tatum. He'll stay alive with the 2-2. Tatum's also one of the multiple guys on this team from Harding University who just finished up his sophomore year. He reigns from Grapevine, Texas, as he awaits the 2-2. Here's the pitch. Off to the left side, that one's fair. He's got a lot more carry, as you would think off the bat, and it is caught on the shallow portion of the warning track by the left fielder, Reed Hayes. 2 outs.
Now batting number 20.
Put a lot on that one, but just, as you said, just short. Right to the warning track. Right in front of the part where the fence is elevated to make it a little bit longer porch.
Also, I believe I said 2 outs. I was looking at the scoreboard there. It is 1 out. That's why I was very confused with the next pitch. The next at-bat is a called strike as the 8th batter in the order, Egan Prather, steps up. DH tonight. Also had a single that brought in a couple of runs. He watches one, a called strike painted on the inside corner. Falls behind 0-2 in the count. Prather standing 6 foot in the box. Awaits the next pitch now from Hampton. The 0-2, a dribbler over the Hartman on the left side. Across the diamond is the throw, and he's got him out at first for out number 2. So after the solo home run, nothing hurt too much so far as he's gotten the next 2 batters retired. And in the 9th spot, Alex Satterfield walks up to the plate. Satterfield's first pitch he sees. He swings that out towards the middle portion of the infield. It is caught by Cade Wall, the shortstop, and that'll do it for the top of the 4th inning. It's a quick one, but the Flash will buy back 1 run with a moonshot of a solo home run as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. Hoptown leads 5-3 over Henderson. We'll be right back here on 95.3 The Farm.
Casting from the batter capital of the world. This is WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville. 95.3 The Farm.
7-8-9 due up for the Hoppers offense as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It's a 5-3 ball game here at Tiger Field in favor of the red and black, and it'll be Burkett still out on the mound, and despite giving up 3 runs in the first, I feel like he's been pretty solid outside of that.
Yeah, he has. He had a 1-2-3 inning in the second, and he did give up the 2 runs in the third inning of play on a couple of hits, one by Hartman and one by Mealer. But all in all, not a bad outing other than the home run that he gave up in the first.
As we said, the 7th batter will start this inning. It'll be Carson Knowles at the plate. Burkett the long pause before he delivers outside for ball 1. Knowles, a guy who just spent his first year in college at Vol State Community College over in Freesboro, Tennessee. I believe it's technically in Gallatin, Tennessee. And as the 1-0 pitch gets on him and outside, they make it 2-0. And Carson brought up before game 1, since he didn't see any live pitches, he's just going out there to kind of see some live pitches in the first few games and get everything under his feet, get himself settled at the plate as that one comes in and is a called strike in the bottom portion of the zone. But looking at his swings and at-bats today and the ones yesterday, I'm shocked he hasn't seen consistent pitching because he's been attacking the baseball as if he has been seeing pitching all spring long. The 2-1, he goes after and pulls his head a little and misses for the swing and miss. Then make it a 2-2. That might be my announcer's jinx of the day. I got to have one a day at least.
One a day, yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the bottom of the fourth. Burkett delivers to the plate, and Knowles leaves it outside. Count runs full. Everyone now resets, and Burkett now set from the rubber. Here's the leg kick, the pitch, and Knowles cannot connect. Swings and misses for out number 1. Strikeout for Burkett there, his 3rd of the day.
Next up for the Hoppers, number 22, Alex McGuire.
In the 8th spot now, Alex McGuire comes up to the plate 0 for 4 in game 1 of the season. And 0 for 1 today, but he'll have to wait as it looks like the Henderson Flash are going to a pitching change. The head coach, J.D. Arndt, is taking a slow walk out to the mound. We'll see who the new man is out there here in a moment. And we'll have all the info for you on him in just a minute.
Whether it's Planters Bank's main
Well, Burkett's day is done for the Henderson Flash after going 3.1 innings into this game. It ends on a strikeout his third of the day against Carson Knowles. So Alex McGuire will now face a new pitcher for the Flash. Coming out of the pen is Clark Grease from Oakland City University, where he actually serves as a two-way guy a little bit. Let's look at his pitching stats from this spring first. 6.61 ERA he brings into the summer year. That's on 16.1 innings pitched, 17 hits, 14 runs, only 12 of them earned, giving up 5 walks and 13 strikeouts this past year. He inherits no one on the base pads and 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning
Alex McGuire.
as his team trails by a couple of runs. So now McGuire is at the plate. First pitch he sees from the right-handed pitcher is a called strike right down Broadway. McGuire stands 6'4" on the mound, weighing 180 pounds. The 0-1 is a called strike on the outer portion of the zone. And you can see the velo uptick, especially with the height he's got out there on the bump. No balls, 2 strikes as Grease delivers to McGuire. And he'll swing at it, pops it up big time. That'd be a home run in a corn silo if we were playing that way with how high it went. Instead, it's caught by the third baseman, Peyton Tatum, for out number 2.
Yeah, for Burkett, 3.1 innings pitch, 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 error, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts.
Solid outing for him. Now the 9 spot, Cade Wall at the plate. First pitch skips up in the opposite batter's box. That'd be glove side for Grease.
Yeah, and 2 quick outs, too.
The 1-0 pitch from Grease is going to be a called strike. Was right down the heart of the plate, but just about knee high. Grease is a sophomore, will be a junior next year, as he now delivers the 1-1. It tips off the end of the bat of Cade Wall to make it a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Grease is from Evansville, Indiana, where one of the assistant coaches, Colton Evans, John Reynolds, spent some time as a sports anchor as he puts one up the middle, gloved by Mason Lester, the second baseman, over the first in time for the third out. 3 up, 3 down go the Hoppers against 2 different pitchers here in the bottom of the 4th. As we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard, Hoppers still lead 5-3 against the Henderson Flash here at Tiger Field.
Get 'em while we still have 'em.
No matter.
It is 5-3 in favor of your Hoptown Hoppers. And back on the mound for the Hoppers, it's going to be Zach Hampton, as he's going to remain on the mound for the Hoppers here in this inning of play, as we play here in the top of the 5th inning.
I mean, he's been solid for the most part so far. It's definitely a little diluted from the fact that Chance Todd and Carter Ross threw some of their best outings in their college careers so far in the past 2 days consecutively. But Zach Hampton's a guy that the fans know, Chris Benny knows from last season, can wheel and deal out there. Still looking good. He's limited the damage from the Flash in each individual innings, and he's gotten a lot of help from the offense behind him, obviously.
It is the top of the order for Henderson, the 1, 2, and 3 batters in the lineup. This is Gunnar Waldrop. He popped out to right and struck out, so 0 for 2 this evening for the center fielder. And he hits one into left field, and it's going to go over the left fielder's head. It hits the fence, and he's going to be in there for a double. He got a pretty good lick on that one.
Just like to let you know, we are out of loaded nachos. Thank you.
Well, unless you're messing with that weird net in Fulton, that is about as close as you can get between the difference of a home run and a
Right.
double. That was right under
yeah.
that orange line out there on the fence. So, again, we've been seeing it in practice throughout the last week here in Hoptown, and we heard it from a few of the players. Ball's going to fly here. We've noticed that in Game 1, and we've noticed that a few times already today.
Mason Lester, the second baseman, is the batter. And again, he is 0 for 1 in this contest. He walked back in the first. A left-handed batter, the first of two that we'll see in this lineup. Minio is a left-handed hitter as well. Counts 1 ball and no strikes. Look back at second. He's going to come to the plate with a pitch, and it is a ball for ball 2. So 2-0 is the count.
A borderline tough hold there from Lester, but that's why you got some room to spare in the count. I thought that one could have gone either way, but Hampton's got to work himself back in and stop falling behind early in these counts.
Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. So 2-1 now the count.
We've seen that Hampton has a lot of really good pitches. The issue that he's just been behind in a lot of these counts, he's not been able to go to them, because he's got to make sure he fights back in and stays alive against these batters.
Hampton looks in, looks back at second. Now he's going to come to the plate with a pitch, and it's inside. Almost hit him. And it's going to be 3-1 now the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Braden Minio, the left fielder, is on deck. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. That makes the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 now the count. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be a ball. So now runners at first and second.
Yeah, here's a lot of adversity against Zach Hampton at this point. He's already faced it quite a bit with some runners on, so not too much of a difference. The big thing right now is there's no outs for him, as Benny now takes the trip out there to visit him on the mound.
Yeah, it's going to be the second walk of the night that Hampton has thrown. As the infielders come in as well. There's nobody out, and Henderson with runners at first and second.
Well, you've got the heart of the order right now up at the plate for the Flash with no outs, the tying run on the bases, the go-ahead at the plate. This is, I feel, a very, very real opportunity, and I think very realistic chance that they could tie things up and take the lead right here. It'd be the first time that the Hoptown Hoppers have trailed in a game if they give up the lead here.
Right. Again, you've got Braden Minio set to bat. Has a base hit, and he struck out. So 1 for 2 on the evening. The visit is over. And the batter is in the box. 5-3 the score right now. Hoppers on top. Here is the pitch. Oh, and it hit the batter. So that will load the bases with nobody out.
Number 7, Dom Davis.
And the batter is going to be Dom Davis, the catcher.
Clean up batting your order, real dangerous spot. I think we'll see the corners at least pinched in right here.
Here's the pitch from Hampton. It's high. Ball 1.
Well, at least Hartman is playing on the edge of the grass over at third. And over at first base, Brennan Mueller is just about a step behind the runner on first.
Pitch is in there for a strike on the curveball, making it 1-2. I'm making it 1-1 now. But nobody out and the base is loaded. Nowhere to put Davis. Fouls it back. Makes the count 1-2.
Hampton's in a great position ahead in the count here. Wouldn't be shocked if he goes back to that curve.
Pitch, and this one's going to be popped up, but it's going to be out of play. So the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Thought about trying to sneak one past him on the inside portion there. And what this does now scoots him about a hair off the plate, and you can go back to that outside corner.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be popped up and out of play again.
Well, that's where Ryan McCartan was set up, the outside corner, and he got it over there, just didn't perfectly spot that in the corner of the zone.
Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nobody out, bases loaded. Pitch, and this one again is fouled back. Good battle here between Davis and Hampton.
Another workman's auto glass foul ball. That's a free gift for someone from the Hop Shop.
Hampton is set. He pitches high on the pitch, so it's going to even the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. After Davis had fouled several back. Here's the pitch from Hampton, and this one again is going to be foul back.
You know, when he's fouling off so many pitches like that with 2 strikes, it's okay to miss one right there, even the count. Maybe even run it full after he fouls off a few more, because you're trying to make him chase after something, see if he's eager at the plate to attack at the next pitch.
Here's the pitch from Hampton, and it's outside for ball 3. So the count is full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Henderson.
Again, another miss I don't mind there. Tried the fastball and tried to light up his eyes, but give him something he couldn't reach out there.
And here's one popped up, and it is going to be caught by the shortstop for out number 1, and not deep enough for any of the runners to advance. So good job there to get the pop out. And there's 1 out here in the inning.
Raymond Long.
And how perfect is that right there of a situation you can get? You're mostly thinking anything in the air is going to carry out far enough for at least the runner on third to tag up. That stage just about 5 steps out of the infield, and everyone stays put. You're looking for those ground balls, and hey, if you can get a strikeout, it's all the better.
And of course now the double play can get you out of the inning too. Here's the pitch, outside for a ball. 1-0 the count with 1 out. We are in the top of the 5th inning of play. And this is foul back and out of play. So the count now is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Workman's auto glass foul
Hoppers on top 5-3.
from the Hop Shop, sponsored by Hooker Bill Beard and Giles.
And the pitch, it's inside. Ball 2, 2 balls and a strike. 1 out.
See the IQ from Hampton there, the location of that pitch going inside, because the one before, he was really late on the swing.
And this is going to be popped up. It's in foul territory. And the third baseman makes the play. And again, nobody can advance. Not deep enough. And we've got 2 outs. And Hampton an out away from working out of the jam here in the 5th.
Now batting number 25, Robert Hicks.
Well, wouldn't this be a confidence builder here if he could get out of this jam?
I'm going to say this is a confidence builder for Hampton on the mound, but honestly the entire team knowing that this is what they're made of right now. They're not going to give up when they've got the strongest adversity against them.
Pitch is inside to Robert Hicks. He has a home run and a strikeout. So 1 for 2 on the afternoon. 1 ball and no strikes, and swing and a miss for strike 1. So now 1-1 the count. Here is the pitch. Comes to the plate, and this one's fouled back. So now Hampton is ahead in the count. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, bases are loaded. Hopper's on top 5-3. The pitch, and the ball gets away, and the runner is going to be able to score.
Yeah, that one gets behind McCartan there, and he couldn't see it at first and ran into the umpire on his way going for it. Fans weren't too pleased with it, but even if he wasn't in the way and he got to that ball, I think he's sliding in safely with the run.
Yeah, he was ready to go, obviously, with the count and with the outs. 2-2 now the count. Outside makes it full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs. Runners at second and third. 1 run in here in the inning to make it a 5-4 ball game. And ball 4, as this is a little low. So it's the second walk in the inning. He's also hit a batter as well. The double by Waldrop got things started for Henderson. And now the bases are loaded, and the left-handed batter, Peyton Tatum, will come to the plate. He is a 1 for 2 on the evening. A base hit back in the second. Popped out to left in the fourth. And this one's going to get past the first baseman for a base hit. And 2 runs are going to score. And going all the way to third is going to be Hicks. So Henderson has now taken the lead at 6-5.
Number 24, Egan Prather.
And the batter's going to be Egan Prather. He is the DH.
That one took a really wicked hop over Brennan Mueller at first base. He was set up for it, and it literally hopped about a foot over his head.
Here's the pitch. And again, it's going to get away from the catcher, but he's able to go back and get it quickly. And the runner not able to advance, but the runner at first does go to second. So now it's second and third.
And he was moving before that ball was even gotten away from McCartan.
Here's the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. So 1-1 now the count with 2 outs. Runners at second and third for the Flash. They lead it 6-5. And they have scored 3 here in this inning. Pitches a ball. 2-1 now the count. Here's the pitch. And he hits it back to the pitcher, who makes the play, underhand over to first for the out. But 3 runs scored on 2 base hits. So 2 hits. There were 3 runs scored, no errors, and 2 left on base. We have played 5. Henderson has battled back. They have the lead as we check the Michael Venables State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It is Henderson 6 and Hoptown 5. More Hopper baseball coming up on 95.3 The Farm.
95.3 The Farm. Playing country favorites for Hopkinsville, Oak Grove, and Fort Campbell.
We now move to the bottom of the fifth inning of play. I think I might have said we had played 5. We have not played 5 yet. We played 4.5. We go to the bottom of the fifth, and it's the top of the order for the Hoptown Hoppers. Easton Beatty, he is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. He got things started back in the first inning of play, a leadoff double for the Hoppers in that big 3-inning first inning for the Hoppers. And the pitch to him is a called strike. So the count is now 0-1 to the batter, Beatty. McCartan is on deck. And strike 2 now, 0-2 the count. And that pitch is going to be a ball, so 1 ball and 2 strikes now.
This is the first time this year that Hoptown's going to have to work from behind. We'll see how they respond to a 1-run deficit.
Pitch outside for ball 2, so 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan McCartan, the catcher, is on deck, and then Dom Hartman. And here is one popped up, and the right fielder comes over, so does the center fielder, but the right fielder makes the play for out number 1. Batter's going to be the catcher, Ryan McCartan. He was hit by a pitch in the first, and he walked in the third, so he's been on base every time he's come to the plate. See what he's able to do here. The pitch, and this is foul back.
For Beatty's hit out there, I mean, sometimes it's just how things roll, just misconnect on a swing. And I mean, it was a good swing, good contact with it, just happened to be right out there at someone and hung up there too long for it to land anywhere in a gap.
Pitch is high, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Activity in the Hopper bullpen. Ooh. Pitch is a ball, so 2 balls and a strike now. Can't tell who that is in the pen. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be ball 3. 3-1 the count now.
I'm trying to figure out who that is down there.
It's going to be number 14. That's is that Evan Jacob?
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Evan Jacob from here.
It does, yeah. Ball 4, and for the 3rd time tonight, Ryan McCartan is on. Actually, he's the DH tonight. He's playing DH. McCartan is catching tonight, and Evan Jacob is the DH.
I wonder if it's just going to be for an inning.
Right.
2, though, just because he didn't pitch at U.S. Sports University. He's not listed as a pitcher.
Right.
Pitch is a ball, but Chris Benny has asked some of the guys, hey, if you can just give me an inning of work, or if you know anyone that can help, because sure, they've got a lot of really good pitchers, but they don't have a lot of depth with the pitching staff right now to begin this 2026 season.
Dom Hartman is your batter, and he fouls one back.
So without these starters going as deep into the games as they have been so far, Hoptown's going to run out of pitching extremely quick with the way their roster is set up currently. So they're asking guys, just give me an inning, even if you can just get it over the plate to get us through just 1 inning of work.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be foul down third base side. So that'll make the count 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dom Hartman.
It's the interesting part with college summer baseball is that you're always constantly searching and recruiting for new players. It doesn't stop when the season starts.
Throw over to first, but it's not in time as the runner gets back. One, 2 the count, 1 out. Henderson leading 6-5. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be low. That evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes, 1 out. We are in the 5th, the bottom of the 5th inning of play. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be hit to the shortstop. Gets the lead runner back over, but not in time for the double play. So they do get the lead runner. So a fielder's choice there for Dom Hartman. As that out goes 6-4 on the fielder's choice. And Evan Jacob, who was, just as we mentioned a moment ago, in the pen, warming up. He's now at the plate batting. He's the DH tonight. A home run back in the first, and he struck out in the third. But his first opportunity to seek Rice here.
I'm not surprised Evan Jacob could be one of those guys not listed as a pitcher, but to do so. One, he's got a strong arm that we saw in night one, but two, he's not a guy to say no to anything.
Swing and a miss. Evens the count at a ball and a strike.
Coach asked him to do something in practice. He's going to say yes. Coach asked if anyone wants extra work or wants to get in early or stay late. He's the guy that says yes 100 times out of 100.
Here's the pitch from the Henderson right-hander. A throw down to second, but it's going to be a stolen base for Hartman.
That is a Hopper stolen base by Mrs. Morgan.
There's their first stolen base of the night.
Yep, had Dom on the radio Friday morning. Really enjoyed talking to him. That college that he attends is in Daphne, Alabama. Said it's about 45 minutes from Gulf Shores. Easy trip down to the beach. If you have any free time.
Nice little selling point. Yeah, if you have any free time, though, as a student athlete, which
that's right.
That is few and far between.
I would imagine. 2-2 the count now with 2 outs. Hoppers with a runner in scoring position at second. That's going to be Hartman. Here's the pitch, and this is going to be a chopper to third, but it's foul. Count will stay 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 6-5, Henderson on top.
Someone who's around a lot of those athletes at Iowa, even a lot of the times, and I'm looking at how much time they have for themselves and think, how do you even get your schoolwork done in general? So I can bet it's not very often they get down there.
Looks back. Now he comes to the plate. Here's one popped up. Is it going to fall in there? And it is. And a run's going to score. Or did he catch it?
He grabbed that.
He did catch it. Wow. So the shortstop was able to catch that. So in the inning, there were no runs, no hits, and there were no errors, and there was 1 left on base. Now we have played 5 innings as we check the Michael Venable State Farm Insurance scoreboard. It is Henderson 6 and the Hoppers 5. Back after this, you're listening to Hopper Baseball on 95.3 The Farm.
.3 The Farm, playing country favorites for Hopkinsville and Crofton. The Farm.
Back at the field, it is 6-5 as we go to the top of the 6th inning of play. And Ted Yachek, my partner on football broadcasts, just did a quiz, a couple of questions, and I would have gotten the shirts. I knew that the first coach of the Hoppers was Grayson Crawford. And what year did they win the league championship? Well, 2012. First year in the league, the second time around. So I'm very proud of myself. I normally don't do very well on trivia.
This is our type of trivia.
We'll make them tougher as it
Make it tougher as it goes. All right.
Yep.
We'll start bringing those on the road as well. I almost did one last night, but
Okay.
we'll bring those on the road. We'll
There you
participate
go.
online.
There you go. Well, we now move to the top of the 6th inning of play, and it looks like the 5, 6, and 7 batters for the Henderson Flash. They lead it by 1, 6-5. Of course, Hopper's looking to go to 3-0 to start the season. Henderson looking for their second win as they come into tonight's contest with a record of 1-1. The pitch from Jacob. Evan Jacob has come in relief of Zach Hampton. So Hampton goes 5 innings. We'll kind of total up all of his stuff here when we get an opportunity. I kind of like to total mine up and then compare it to Game Changer and see if how close or how much off I am. 2-0 the count now, and here's one hit up the middle, and it's going to be a base hit for Mealer. So Brendan Mealer now, he's perfect for the day, 3 for 3. He's got 3 singles on the day out of the 5 hole. Now it's going to be Reed Hayes.
I'll warn you right now, we're going to flip the other side. That was Alex Satterfield for the Flash.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, gotcha. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong page here. My bad. I am so sorry. And the runner on the throw down to second is going to take third. My apology. That was Satterfield. My goodness.
Well, he just went all the way from first to third on just one pitch.
Now it's going to be Gunnar Waldrop. He is the batter now. He has a double, and he struck out, and he's popped out tonight to right.
Sorry, Ted was talking to me. What was that?
Now Satterfield having to readjust his belt, and
Thank you.
a little bit of he's taking his belt off. He is dirty from head to toe, as they say.
He's shaking all the dirt out of the belt.
Yeah. Count is 2-0 to Gunnar Waldrop. On deck is going to be Mason Lester. Here's the pitch. And I believe it's in there. Yeah, it is for a strike. A delayed call by home plate, but it's going to be 2 balls and a strike. There's nobody out. Henderson has a runner at third. That is Alex Satterfield, the shortstop. Led off this inning with the base hit. Makes now it's going to be 3-1 the count.
I wonder if Henderson knew that Jacob wasn't a typical pitcher, if they knew from scout, because none of the guys on the opposite team played with him during the spring season. You probably also tell this motion that he's not a typical pitcher.
Right.
Got that short arm slide. Doesn't come all the way back. Has a small leg kick. He's just making sure he gets it over the plate.
3-1 now the count to Waldrop. And it breaks the bat, shatters the bat. And it goes foul down the first base side. Several pieces of the bat went to the third base side. The rest of the bat went to the first base side.
That thing must have shattered in at least 3 different pieces.
Yeah. Got that. That was hit right at the spot to make it splinter like that.
You got to turn the bat a little bit.
Yep. Three-2 the count to Gunnar Waldrop. And he hits one into left, and the third baseman goes out. I thought that was going to travel farther than it did, but it did not. The way it sounded coming off that bat.
Number 1, Mason Lester.
It looked like it was. So now the batter is going to be Mason Lester.
Yeah, sounded good, looked good, must have had absolutely zero backspin and just died immediately off contact.
Fourth time he's been to the plate today, but he's 0 for 1 to this point. He's walked a couple of times, and he popped out to left back in the third. Fouls this one back on the third base side, so the count is 0-1 with one out. We are in the top of the sixth inning of play, and here's one foul again and out of play, making it 0-2. Henderson leads this one 6-5.
Sure, there's a guy in third right now, but you already got an out. You got him behind 0-2 in the count. That's all you're asking for out of Evan Jacobs on the mound right now. Just give him strikes and get through the inning.
Pitch is high, making it ball one.
Definitely an inning where you are relying heavily on the defense to get you out of it.
Jacob with the pitch. It's inside. Ball two.
I think he just tried a curveball. It looked that way.
Yeah. 2-2 the count now.
I mean, if you could throw it, why not?
Sure. Two and two the count, and this is a swing and a miss, and struck him out. So the strikeout now for Evan Jacob.
You got to throw that ball into the dugout as a little keepsake at that point. Put it up on your mantle. Here's my strikeout pitch.
And you said he did not throw in college, right?
No, he has not recorded any stats pitching.
Here's the pitch, and this one's going to be hit right to the first baseman. He'll touch the bag unassisted, and Jacob gets out of the inning with no damage. After a leadoff base hit by Alex Satterfield, and he was able to make his way around third, and they get the out. So as we played 5.5, we go to the bottom of the sixth inning of play. Your score, it is Henderson 6 and Hoptown 5. As we check the Michael Venable State Farm Insurance Scoreboard, you're listening to Hopper Baseball on 95.3 The Farm. Come on.
.3 The Farm, your home for country's greatest hits.
Coming to play for the Hoppers, number 23, Brennan Miller.
Welcome back to Tiger Field. The computer running a little slow as we get everything turned back on. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning of play, and here's one hit hard by Brennan Miller, but it's foul. You've got Miller, Reed Hayes, and Carson Knowles, the three that are scheduled to bat here in this inning of play, the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the lineup. Pitch is inside, making the count 1 ball and 1 strike.
Mueller is one of those guys who can be a two-way for this team. He did record stats both pitching and hitting this past spring.
And here's a slow roller, but he fouled it off the plate. into the area of play. But it's going to be a strike, so it's now 1-2 the count now.
I also say he got time hitting at Vol State Community College this spring, but it was literally just one at-bat, one plate appearance.
Here's the pitch, and this ball is going to get away, making it 2-2 now the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mueller actually started his career at Middle Tennessee State, a Division I school, before transferring over to Vol State Community College. He was originally majoring in concrete industry before switching his major.
Here is one hit into right, and I think it's out of here. It sure is. There's no doubter on that one. I think he knew that when it left the bat. The right fielder did very little to see if he could make the catch on that one. But Brendan Mueller with the home run. And he is 3 for 3 tonight. A couple of base hits and now a home run for Brendan Mueller, the first baseman. And that's going to tie this game up at 6. And the batter's going to be Reed Hayes, the left fielder.
Yeah, he sent that one about a country mile out of this ballpark, and great swing on it. And you said he knew it off the bat. He was able to give a little bat flip and pimp it afterwards.
Here is the pitch, and it's going to be inside for a strike to Reed Hayes. He is 0 for 2 on the evening. And that's in there for strike 2.
Those are back-to-back curves that end up in about the same exact spot as the previous one.
This pitch is a ball, so after 2 strikes, throws a ball, so it's 1-2 now. The pitch, and it's going to got him looking, strike 3. So that's the first strikeout of the evening for Grice.
I like the idea there on the mound with the pitch progression. Gets the 2 strikes with the curve, so he goes with that fastball low, tries to get him late with a swing and realize, oh, that might catch the zone. Instead goes back to what was working beforehand.
Pitch is a ball to Carson Knowles.
Oh, they've got a pinch hitter.
Okay. 33, and that is going to be Caden Slaughter. So do a little book work here. Thank you, Mike, for that heads up on that. And he hits one into right center, and he's going to have a double. So a 2-base hit there for Caden Slaughter, number 33, replacing Knowles. Now the batter's going to be
Now batting number 22, Alex McGuire.
Alex McGuire, who is 0 for 2 on the evening. Grounded out 4-3 and popped out to the third baseman in the 4th inning of play. So now with 1 out, the Hoppers have a runner in scoring position at second base. Pitch, and it's in there for a strike.
Obviously, you tie the game up. Now you got your guy on. The whole goal is to get him over and get him in with just 1 out right now. You were in a good position to put one in the gap and bring him in from second base. Slaughter's got some good speed on the base pads.
Pitch is inside for a ball. 1-1 the count now. 1 out. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning of play. Here's the pitch, and this one's hit up the middle, and the shortstop scoops it up, throws over to first in time, but that does advance the runner from second to third. So 6-3 on the putout, and Cade Wall will now be the batter, number 1. He is 0 for 2 this afternoon. A couple of grounders for him, ground outs. Pitches a ball.
Now, McGuire does his job. He gets him over. Sure, he's out, but he moves him about 90 feet away from scoring the go-ahead run. Now you just got to do your job to bring him in.
Here's the base hit, and they'll bring him in. And the Hoppers are now on top as Cade Wall gets the base hit, making it 7-6. As Slaughter will come home. So the Hoppers did everything they needed to do in that sequence to get that run home.
As perfect as it could be. Couldn't be drawn up any better if you're Chris Benny, the head coach for the Hoppers.
And now we're going to go back to the top of the order now for the Hoppers. The leadoff batter, Easton Beatty, the right fielder. He is 1 for 3 on the afternoon. Again, he led off this ball game with a double for the Hoppers, and then he's flied out to left and flied out to right. Flied out to right in his last at bat. Catcher will go out and talk to his pitcher. May want to talk about how they want to pitch this batter here. Hoppers do have a runner at first base, though.
Now batting number 4, Easton Beatty.
And that's going to be Cade Wall down at first base. Young man out of Russellville, Kentucky. Played at Logan County High School. Pitches a strike to Beatty.
Home plate umpire has been calling that low strike all day long, been very consistent behind the plate today. Beatty can go after one of those and just poke it in the outfield to move him over.
This pitch is going to be low, but runner gets back to first.
Those low pitches, I think, when you're at the plate are always the ones that you think, oh, I don't know if I can do much with it. But when you actually start swinging at those and you make contact, you realize, yeah, that's all I'm looking for because that's the easiest one to make great contact with. And no matter what, if you hit it off the barrel, it's going to find the gap.
Here's a swing and a miss. Runner goes, and he's going to be safe. And now he gets up, and he's going to go to third. They'll throw at third, but he's in there safe as well. So now the Hoppers have another run 90 feet away at third base on the stolen base.
You know, it was a good throw from the catcher, Dom Davis. He had it right there for him, and it beat Wall over the second base. Just the tag could not be applied because they didn't catch it. And even if they threw him out at third base, he would have been ruled safe because he did run into the shortstop, so would have been an interference.
Pitch is outside, making it 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Easton Beatty. Here's the pitch. Grice. And it's now a full count.
Really good eye and hold from Beatty. It's something we saw last night when he was walked 3 consecutive times. He has great plate vision.
3-2 the count, and a swing and a miss. And he strikes out. So in that inning, Brendan Mealer with the home run, a double by Caden Slaughter, and a base hit by Cade Wall. The Hoppers now have the lead. So, let's see, they scored 2 runs in that inning, and they are now on top 7-6. So 2 runs. There was 1, 2, 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 1 left on base. So we have now played 6. Our score at the end of 6 as we check the Michael Venable State Farm Insurance scoreboard. 7-6, Hoppers on top over Henderson. Back after this, you're listening to Hopper Baseball presented by Chick-fil-A.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully,
You
with
ready
an
to do some
auto owner's
more?
insurance
Yes, sir.
independent
Okay,
agent,
okay.
getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them.
I've done
So you
3,
can get
and
back to more important things.
I'll let you
like
do
finding that missing
do the
sock.
next 3 if you want
That's
to.
simple
Sounds
human.
Whatever works for
Ask
you.
Raymond Nelson
I'm good with
Insurance,
that.
3205.
And you do the whole game, all the whole game on the road. So,
Yes, sir.
yeah, it shouldn't be too much out of what you're used to.
Absolutely not.
Hi, this is Chance Todd from Somerset, Kentucky. We would not have Hoppers Baseball without the following businesses. Please support our season sponsors: Nate Craig and Associates, Walmart DC, HBN Contracting, J. Strecker Jewelry, the WHOP family of stations, and Optimize You. Thank you, and go Hoppers.
5.3 The Farm. WHOP HD2 Hopkinsville.
Well, the Hoppers take a 1-run lead after scoring 2 in the bottom of the 6th to make it a 7-6 ball game. You're listening to Hoptown Hoppers Baseball here on 95.3 The Farm. Evan Jacob, the catcher, is actually still back there out on the mound after already completing 1 inning of work where he saw 4 batters approach the plate. So here to begin the 7th inning, Dom Davis steps up. He swings at the first pitch. It's popped up in the infield. Dom Hartman, the third baseman, rushing all the way across the opposite side of the pitcher's mound for a 1-pitch, 1-out beginning of the 7th.
And that's the way you want to start the 7th. You've got 1 run here, a 1-run lead at 7-6, and basically a young man on the hill that this is probably the most he's pitched.
Absolutely.
in a long time. He might have pitched some in high school, but hasn't pitched any in college.
Now faces Raymond Long for his pitch, a called strike. Paints the corner. So yeah, at least high school, club ball, maybe even some little league the last time he made a pitch. I'll have to ask him after the game. The 0-1 skips up to Ryan McCurtain behind the dish. Evens the count at 1 apiece. You're seeing the heart of the Flash's order. It was the 4th spot to lead off, now 5 and 6 to do up for Henderson. As they try to claw back in. They've had the lead at one point. Of course, now it's exceeded to Hoptown. A laser to the left side of the field is way out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count with 1 out. Already in the top of the 7th inning, it's a 7-6 lead for the Hoppers. Jacob, the windup, delivers that one. A line drive over to Cade Wall at shortstop, who grabs it for out 2.
I tell you what, I put stars by defensive plays because I know we're going to do that a little bit later on. And right now, he has both of them.
He's looked really good over there.
Yeah.
2 up, 2 down. It was a pop-up and now a line-out.
He's made 2 great catches today.
Pitch is a curve that skips in front of Ryan McCartan for ball 1 as Jacobs now faces Robert Hicks at the plate, the first baseman, who is 1 for 2 with a walk and a home run. That one outside makes it a 2-0 count. That home run led off the 4th inning, and it was a no-doubter to right field. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Jacob. Doesn't miss. Oh, it is a called strike. A little bit late there. Just barely touches the corner. As Jacob now goes through the windup yet again. Here's the pitch. And it misses. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hicks is still ahead. He's got a hitter's count. Prime position here to try and tie this one up all on his own. Here's the pitch from Jacob. It's low, and he'll be aboard with a 5-pitch walk. After getting the first 2 outs of the inning, man on first base for the Flash. Peyton Tatum, the third baseman, comes up, who's 2 for 3 on the day with a pair of singles. Also flew out to left field in the 4th inning. Chance to try to go 3 for 4 here in the 7th. Jacobs' first pitch to him, and he'll slice through it. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Tatum from Grapevine, Texas. An infielder all around, standing 5'10" and 170 in the left-handed batter's box. Goes at the second pitch. This one out towards right field. Easton Beatty camped underneath it, calls everyone off. And that'll do it for a very quick top of the 7th inning. Walk does no damage. As we look at the Michael Venable State Farm Insurance scoreboard, the Hoptown Hoppers lead 7-6 against the Henderson Flash. They look to add some insurance when we return. 2-3-4 due up here on 95.3 The Farm.
The Hoptown Hoppers ends.
Give me just a second here. This is
95.3 The Farm.
Back now here in Tiger Field, where the Hoppers lead 7-6 over the Henderson Flash in Game 3 of the season. The Hoppers are 2-0 so far. The Flash 1-1 here on the road. It's 2-3-4 due up for the Hoppers. Ryan McCartan, the lead off the inning. Still Clark Grease out there on the mound for the Flash, and he's carried them pretty deep out of the bullpen in this one.
Yeah, a couple of insurance runs would really help here.
First pitch, he throws a strike. And again, it's been back and forth all game. You cannot do yourself any more justice by getting some insurance runs than you could right here. That one skips way in front of the plate and way off to the right side, makes it a 1-1 count. Sun's drop. It's pretty dark here. Lights are on at Tiger Field. As Grease now set for the 1-1, delivers to the plate. He goes with a curve that drops in just too late for a ball. 2-1 count. Against McCartan. Next pitch, fired in there and paints the corner. 2-2 count. McCartan on the day so far has reached all 3 times he's come up to the plate. They've all been the free pass. One a hit by pitch, the other 2 walks. As he goes after the 2-2 and fouls it off to keep himself alive. It looked like he was doing whatever just to make contact with that swing. Was diving out of the box and had to stretch out for that pitch in the outside corner. Now they do the 2-2 again, the delivery, and goes at one above the eyes. It's a strikeout swinging from McCartan.
And his third strikeout of the game.
So 1 away against the Hoppers. Dom Hartman, the third baseman, now approaches as he will wait. J.D. Arndt, the head coach for the Flash, the slow trot out to the mound as we will be looking at, I believe, a pitching change here. He's having a conversation,
He
and
just
there
asked
it
for
is.
the ball, yeah.
So congratulations on a good day. You came in, gave us a lot of innings of work out of the pen, but we will go to the next guy for some work. As the Flash trail by 1, they elect to go to a new arm out of the arm barn. We'll see who it is when we return.
Welcome back to the Chick-fil-A broadcast booth, and not quite sure who is. I guess I could look on Game Changer.
Yeah, I might have it there. We've been gifted with the oh-so-wonderful no numbers on the roster. So Henderson and the Flash do not provide on their website or in person a roster that attaches a jersey number to the player. So when they made the pitching change earlier, we looked at some pictures, and Clark Reese, the only one on their team that looks like him. It was pretty easy to figure out who it was. Whoever's on the mound right now, you know, brown hair, mustache, that's about the most common combo in college baseball. So doesn't signal anyone out for the most part. But it is a new cannon on the bump for the Flash. He'll face Dom Hartman with Evan Jacob on deck and Brennan Mueller in the hole right behind him. Dom Hartman on the day is 1 for 3. Has a single and did reach his last time up on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, I can get to a roster. I cannot get to it right now, if that makes sense.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're just going with Mr. Unknown out there. That's what we're going to call him for now. Mr. Unknown starts him off with a 1-0 count. All right, this is a spot that you're not usually ever in. That's didn't provide anything. Next pitch misses low. It's a 2-0 count to start off Dom Hartman. Again, another one of those Eagles from U.S. Sports Academy. As he now awaits the pitch as he's set from the stretch. Long pause before he delivers, and he plunks him on the backside of his hip, and oh Lord, he did not like that one.
The pitcher is Z. Mason, is what they have listed on Game Changer. And again, I have access to a roster, but I wasn't able to print it today, and I cannot get to it at the moment.
Well, either way, we figured it out. A guy on the mound who, ironically enough, doesn't have a mustache in this picture. So that didn't do us too much
Zach
justice.
Mason.
Zach Mason now faces the righty Evan Jacob, who watches one go by for a ball. Zach Mason finishing up his freshman year at Hanover College, where he's a native of Fishers, Indiana, stands 6'1", 205 on the mound as he now delivers the next pitch to Evan Jacob. Jacob swings through it, and that'll even the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and one of the few times that the pitcher actually bats. He's the DH tonight. Normally in this league, if you pitch, you don't bat.
And here's the 1-1. Evan Jacob watches it by for a called strike in the bottom portion of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. With a run on first in the bottom of the 7th. Hoptown has a 1-run lead, but you can't feel very comfortable with that with the way that the Henderson Flash have attacked the plate all game long. Long pause, Mason delivers the 1-2, runner takes off, it's a ball in the dirt, no throw down to second, it's a stolen bag for Dom Hartman.
Good job there to get himself into scoring position here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's Dom Hartman's second steal of the day. As you mentioned, in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Zach Mason now delivers the 2-2. Jacob will foul it off on the right side. We look at some of Mason's numbers from this past spring. He only appeared in 1.2 innings of work where he gave up 9 runs. 5 of those were earned, so 4 unearned runs went against him. That's on 5 hits, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts. Did also plunk a guy. The 2-2 again, and Jacob can't connect. Strikeout for the second out of the inning.
And both of those outs so far have been via the strike.
2 outs, 2 strikeouts, and Brennan Mueller comes up to the plate. He had a colossal home run his last time up to begin the 6th inning. That was one over the right field wall. just a bit shallow of where it extends into a taller portion of the wall. Mueller now set in the left-handed batter's box, awaits the pitch. It skips up and away from Dom Davis behind the dish, and that's an easy advancement for Dom Hartman, the move 90 feet away from scoring.
Boy, that'd be a big run if you could get that now to get yourself up 8-6 here in the late innings of play.
A straight steal from Dom Hartman. He advances on the passed ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Mueller. Job just to get him in. Too far outside of the 2-0 count. Right now, you can be a little bit selective. If you're Brennan Mueller in the box of what you're going after, you're definitely looking to poke one to the right side, but mostly a little bit in the air. Long pause as Zach Mason delivers a 2-0. It's outside, and Mueller's ahead, 3-0 in the count. Deep breath on the mound from Zach Mason. Here's the next pitch. It misses low. They must have called one of those pitches a strike because now it's 3-1 in the count. I don't know which one was called a strike, I'm going to be honest. But nonetheless, we are still at a 3-1 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th and a runner on third base. 7-6 lead for Hoptown. The pitch from Mason out towards right center field. It's going to be back-to-back jacks for Brennan Mueller.
Wow.
A 2-run homer gives the Hoppers a 9-6 lead as he trips himself around the diamond.
That one, I believe, went over the scoreboard. Wow. And we'll take the 2. We were hoping to get the 1. We got the 2.
It's a Brennan Mueller day. Back-to-back at-bats with a home run. That run a 2-shotter instead of a solo. And Hoptown has some insurance.
He's 4 for 4 today. A couple of base hits and 2 home runs. I guess we could go ahead and do our player of the game.
Yeah, I mean, you know it at this point. We all know it. But Reed Hayes now comes up to the plate trying to follow up Mueller's performance there. He goes after the first pitch. It's popped up into the infield. The shortstop is going to run behind the second baseman and call everyone off. That's Alex Satterfield for the out. So that'll end the 7th inning, but not before the Hoppers grab a pair of runs as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. Speaking of insurance, they now lead 9-6 after a Brennan Mueller 2-run moonshot of a home run. We'll see if they can hold on when we return here on 95.3 The Farm.
Looks so much forward to. 5.3 The Farm, playing country favorites for Hopkinsville and Crofton. The Farm.
The home run is the name of the game right now for the Hoppers. 9-6 lead after just a half inning ago. Brennan Mueller, a 2-run homer over the right center field wall. And back out on the mound, I'm really curious on Evan Jacobs' pitching history at this point. He's not only pitched 1 inning, he's pitched 2 to this point, and he's back out there for a 3rd inning of work to begin at the top of the 8th.
Young man's done a great job. We may have to give him a nod as well.
I know.
As player of the game, if they are able to hold on and get this win, because he's been able to give that pitching staff a break here by coming in and at least throwing strikes, hopefully.
Well, his first pitch is a ball way outside, but yeah, I
Just
mean, that's
as
a
I
nice
went
thing.
to say that.
There's our announcer's jinx right
Yeah.
there. But I mean, that's a nice thing with this Hoppers team. You can look at one guy and name him the player of the game, but there's so many directions you can go with it. As that one is a called strike about knee high, evens the count 1-1, but that's a scoring game 1, scoring game 2, and right now it's a bit of a scoring game 3. There's multiple guys holding way above their weight. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and that'll be right down Broadway for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to begin the top of the 8th inning, as we'll take a moment to reset. It's Egan Prather at the plate right now, who's 1 for 3. It was a single back in the 2nd inning, and then a ground out in the 4th and the 5th. 1 to the 3rd baseman and 1 right back to the pitcher. On deck is Alex Satterfield, who is also 1 for 3 on the day, though it was a single in the 6th inning. And we still await the home plate umpire. And Egan Prather, a freshman at Loyola University. Pure righty in the box. Now awaits the 1-2 pitch from Jacob as he delivers to the plate. And he'll ring him up on strikes. Evan Jacob gets a K looking.
And that's going to be the second strikeout of the ball game now for Jacob. Evan Jacob.
What about that?
Wow.
Got the first one swinging, now gets one with the backwards K. Now sees a 9-spot Alex Satterfield, the shortstop in the box. His first pitch misses right above the plate. Satterfield, a native of Henderson, Kentucky, playing for his hometown team. The 1-0 pitch skips up to McCartan, makes it a 2-0 count. Satterfield is a redshirt freshman over at Oakland City University, where he plays the middle infield. Also stands 6 foot tall. The 2-0. Called strike. A little bit leaner on the weight side. Stands about 160 pounds in the box. Now the 2-1 pitch. Goes after it and tries fishing at one near the dirt. Evens the count of 2 apiece. Jacob now set from the windup, Barr delivering the 2-2 pitch. Again, gets him with a strike low. He went fishing and he throws him in the pond for a strikeout. Back-to-back Ks on the line for Jacob. For a guy who doesn't pitch, this is almost some disrespectful work right now.
Right.
As he goes to the top of the lineup, Gunnar Waldrop steps up to the plate for his 5th appearance, First pitch he sees from Jacob in the at-bat. And is a ball low. Look at Waldrop's today in the leadoff spot. Was a strikeout to begin the game. He's 1 for 4 so far with a double in the 5th inning. Last time he was up, though, was a pop-out in foul territory to Dom Hartman, the 3rd baseman. The 1-0 catches the inside half, evens the count at 1 apiece. 2 outs here in the top of the 8th inning. No one on the base pads. Hoptown leads 9-6 still. The 1-1 from Jacob. Swung on out towards right center field. Here's a hard chase from Alex McGuire. Gets over his head and lands on the warning track. He's going to be rounding second. He's taking off for third. Here comes the throw in. The cutoff man over the third. Overthrows him. Good leap from Hartman to keep it in front of him, but won't be able to apply a tag. It's a triple from Waldrop.
You know, if they'd have been able to get that throw a little bit more on line, he might have been out, because the ball actually did beat him to the bag, or in the area of the bag, but the 3rd baseman was pulled off the bag and had to really give that one a leap to keep that one from going into the Hoptown dugout.
And that one gets over the head of Hartman, doesn't keep it in front of him. He might be going home and scoring. Instead, he stands 90 feet away on third. First pitch of the next at-bat misses for a ball. At the plate right now is Mason Lester, who's 0 for 2 on the day with 2 walks. Jacob from the stretch, the 1-0. Called strike on a pitch, middle. 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. It's been Lester's best opportunity with runners on. He's only seen that 1 other time today. That one touches the corner for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now is the count for Jacob. Trying to get out of the inning again unscathed. The 1-2 misses high and outside. Look back at the past few innings, it was only 4 batters he saw in the 6th, 4 he's seen in the 7th, and this is the 4th he's seen at the plate here in the 8th. And he'll end it right there. 4 batters an inning is what it takes for Jacob as he gets the 3rd strikeout of the inning, his 4th of the evening, and he has gone 3 scoreless innings. As we take a look now at the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard, the Hoppers hold on to a 9-6 lead as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning here on 95.3 The Farm.
Better sleep starts with the right mattress. And during Better Sleep Month at Herb Hayes,
Wow.
it comes with a whole lot more. Right now, when you upgrade your mattress, you'll unlock free extras like mattress protectors, sheet sets, even a $300 Herb Hayes gift card with qualifying purchases. That's right. The more you invest in better sleep, the more you get back. Plus, enjoy special interest-free financing to make your upgrade even easier. Better Sleep Month is happening now at Herb Hayes Furniture and Mattress and Hayes Ways to Save. Visit us in Hopkinsville and start sleeping better tonight.
Penny Rile Electric Member Appreciation Days are coming your way again this summer. Make plans to come by and visit and pick up your free bucket and light bulbs. It's a Penny Rile Electric tradition. Penny Rile Electric Member Appreciation Days will be held in Cadiz, Hopkinsville, Elkton, Russellville, and Lewisburg as our way of saying thank you for allowing us into your home since 1937. Find a full schedule of events at precc.com. That's precc.com.
95.3 The Farm, your home for country's greatest hits.
9-6 lead for the Hoppers against the Henderson Flash in Game 3 of the 2026 Ohio Valley League season. And, you know, the Hoppers just had some really good help out of the pen from maybe the least expected guy, Evan Jacob, a typical catcher, as they still hold on to that 3-run lead. On the mound is still Zach Mason out of Hanover College, and that's a school that went 21-21 on the year, had a decent record, but didn't get too much work under his belt, just 1.2 innings of work in the spring. At the plate right now to begin the inning is Caden Slaughter. His first pitch is a ball. In the home opener 2 nights ago, Slaughter also was a pinch hitter. He pinch hit for Cole Reynolds, a returner from last year's squad. As he now waits the 1-0 from Mason. He dances out of the way and avoids the hit by pitch to make it a 2-0 count. And Slaughter happy for the last time he was up at the plate. He got a double. That's when he pinch hit in this one for Carson Knowles. And Slaughter's a guy looking to prove it this summer after not getting any shot with UW Whitewater in the spring. Latest pitch is a called strike from our home plate umpire, making a 2-1 count against Slaughter. Long pause is now Mason. Delivers to the plate and gets Slaughter late on the swing and miss to even the count at 2 apiece. The righty-righty matchup to continue right here after a very short break. Here comes Mason now to the plate. Slaughter over towards the second baseman, Mason Lester, who's got plenty of time to corral it and get it over the first for out number 1. So quickly, 1 is away.
Now batting, number 22.
And coming up to the plate is Alex McGuire in the 8th spot. He's 0 for 3 on the day. 2 ground outs and a pop out to the third baseman is what has riddled him so far. He went 0 for 4 in the home opener on Friday. did not play in yesterday's contest over in Fulton, where the Hoppers beat the Railroaders 7-3. First pitch of the at-bat, a called strike against McGuire. So still looking for his first hit. And these red jerseys. Zach Mason delivers the next one. It's too far inside, almost grabs the shoelaces off McGuire. Reset again now for the 1-1 pitch. It's a called strike to make it 1-2. Again, McGuire now is actually a guy from Michigan, even though he plays down in Daphne, Alabama with a U.S. Sports University. Transfer there after spending time with Kalamazoo Valley Community College, which a lot closer to where he's from in Grand Ledge, Michigan. The 1-2 gets him chasing it one near the dirt. Nice off-speed pitch for the second out. Now we'll see the 9 spot. Back up to the plate. Cade Wall still up there. 2 up, 2 down. Cade Wall singled his last time up in the 6th inning. Outside of that, it's a pair of groundouts for him. 1 to the third baseman and 1 to the second baseman. His first pitch of the at-bat. A strike right around the knees. Zach Mason now set for the next pitch. As it comes in towards the leather of the catcher, Dom Davis, a called strike makes it 0-2. Cade Wall from Russellville, Kentucky, just finished up his sophomore year. He's majoring in business administration, but also minoring in sports coaching, looking at that to be a career after he's done playing. The 0-2. And just misses the outside half. It's been a little shaky if he's been calling it there throughout the night. Would have been shocked if he rung him up on 3 straight pitches. He ground out on a strikeout. That's how it's gone for 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning as the Hoppers hold a 9-6 lead. That one above the helmet for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the count. Again, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. No one on the base pads for the Hoppers. Mason with the pitch. Tries to overthrow it and misses plenty left side. Count runs full against Cade Wall, today's shortstop for the Hoppers. Looking for back-to-back hits. Instead, he'll be plenty pleased as it misses, and he's aboard with a walk. Cade Wall on safely for the 2nd time today. We'll flip over to the top of the lineup for the 6th time today. That's Easton Beatty now up at the plate. He's 1 for 4 with a double to begin the game and hasn't reached since. It was some flyouts out towards left and right field and then a strikeout in the 6th inning. Trying to grab one more hit before leaving the ballpark here today. This most likely his last at-bat unless something crazy happens this inning and they start to bat around with 2 outs and go on a rally. We'll see a meeting, though, between Dom Davis, the catcher, and Zach Mason, the pitcher. A brief one as they're already breaking and heading back to their respective spots. Easton Beatty of All State Community College did not record any stats, but has been getting that leadoff look the past 2 games and doing well with it for the most part. Throw over move the first. It gets behind the first baseman and looks to be out of play, so that'll be a free advancement for Cade Wall from first to second base.
And he gets another runner in scoring position. So see what Easton can do here.
The more help and more insurance, the better.
Yep.
Especially because no one's been warming up in Hoptown's bullpen. You could be looking at Evan Jacob coming out for a 4th inning of work. I wouldn't be shocked at this point. He's looked really good on the mound. Zach Mason now takes a look over the second. Looks back in towards the plate, delivers the pitch, and it'll be a strike to begin the at-bat against Beatty. Beatty's a Clinton, Tennessee native, which is actually just shy of 4 hours away from here in Hopkinsville. The 0-1 pitch skips up to Dom Davis, evens the count at 1-1. Again, looking for that insurance. Beatty said his favorite movie is Batman. Wonder if he can do something here in the Dark Knight. Long pause before Mason delivers the 1-1. It skips up to Davis. Good block as he slides over to his right to keep it in front of him. Count runs 2-1. Cade Wall still standing over there on second, as now we'll have another meeting between Davis and Mason. I gotta imagine at this point they're probably having a miscommunication about signs.
It's got to be the signs, because the pitcher's throwing one thing and the catcher's expecting something else and causing him problems, not expecting what is coming at him.
Again, it's definitely hard in summer ball. You're coming with a bunch of different guys from a bunch of different colleges who might use different systems. There's usually the universal system, like 1 is a fastball and 2 is a curve, 4 is a changeup. But you know, they might be so used to something else that they do at their college that it just throws everyone off. Here's the 2-1 pitch now. Coming to the plate for Mason. Goes with the off speed, and it slips out of his hand high. Misses above the eyes to make it a 3-1 count. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Cade Wall stands on second as the Hoppers hold a 9-6 lead. Beatty still at the plate. Here's the 3-1, a called strike as the count runs full. And the Hoppers looking to start the year 3-0 as they will face Paducah tomorrow. But they got to get through this one here tonight. Swing and miss from Easton Beatty. The end of the inning for a strikeout. The second of the inning from Zach Mason. That'll strand a runner in scoring position on second base as we check the Michael Venable State Farm scoreboard. The Hoppers lead 9-6 against the Henderson Flash. They've got 3 outs. They're trying to make a comeback. We'll see 3, 4, 5 in the Flash order when we return here on 95.3 The Farm.
.3 The Farm.
Evan Jacob waltz back out there to the mound to try to close this one out here at Tiger Field. The Hoppers lead 9-6, headed into the top of the 9th inning and looking to start undefeated on the year. They've got a really dangerous part of the order coming up, 3, 4, 5. Jacob will face trying to get out of this one, and I think the way we've seen the Flash, they've gone cold the past 3 innings, but they've shown they can make a comeback in an instant.
Yeah, 3 runs in this league is not a very comfortable lead, if you want to look at it that way.
Well, here we go to begin the 9th inning. Evan Jacob, first pitch. It'll miss. He faces Braden, Mineo, the left fielder, with a single and a hit by pitch. Is that one he watches for a strike, evens the count 1-1. Yeah, 1 for 3 day, a single and a hit by pitch is how he's reached in his 4 appearances. And his 5th, he attacks and fouls it off backwards to make it a 1-2 count. On deck is Dom Davis, the catcher, with Raymond Long in the hole. They've combined for just one base hit, that being a single for Raymond Long in the second inning. That one on the outside half, they'll ring him up on strikes. That's how Jacob begins the ninth inning. 2 outs remain for the Flash to make a comeback.
Now batting number 7, Dom Davis.
That's the second backwards K for Evan Jacob in this one, the 5th of the night from the catcher. Again, he caught in the home opener 2 nights ago, but the nice thing is that this team's got about 4 different catchers. They can go to someone else again tomorrow without wearing anyone down, as the next pitch, the first one of the next at-bat, called strike against Dom Davis. Davis has a pair of strikeouts. As that one goes towards right center field, that one's going to get down. It one-hops the fence. Here's Easton Beatty with the throw in. He's going to slide in easily to second. The throw goes all the way to third. It is a one-out double for Dom Davis.
Now batting number 45, Raymond.
So the Flash have someone in scoring position, but the tying run is still on deck. The go-ahead into the hole. So you've got some room to work with right now if you're Hoptown. Coming up to the plate is Raymond Long. We just mentioned had the one hit between him and Davis before Davis's double right there. So 1 for 4 day for Long so far. He'll let one go by for a strike. But this team could easily be taking until they get a strike in the ninth inning, trailing by 3 runs. Home pause as Jacob works from the stretch. Here's the pitch out towards left field. Reed Hayes takes a nice charge in, is underneath it for out number 2. And the runner stays put at second.
Yeah, he did a good job of coming in on that ball. Kind of a delayed break on it because you could tell he really accelerated and then was able to camp out underneath that ball for the second out. And the Hoppers are 1 out away from picking up their 3rd straight win to start the season.
The fans are starting to hop up and clap as there comes the pitch. It's a ball low at the plate right now. Is the 6th batter in the order, Robert Hicks, the first baseman. He's reached the last 2 times on a walk. The time before that was a solo home run to begin the 4th. He still wouldn't tie it. So tying runs on deck in form of Peyton Tatum. Pitch misses upstairs, 2-0 count. Hitter's count for Robert Hicks feels real dangerous right now, but you do have bases open to work with, so you don't need to really give him something to hit. There's a strikeout looking to start the inning, and then a double and a fly out towards left field. Pitch comes in, a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th inning. Hoppers lead 9-6. Fans are getting into it here at Tiger Field. The 2-1 from Jacob. And misses outside. 3-1 count. Robert Hicks, the Mableton, Georgia native, now sets in the right-handed batter's box. Jacob accepts the sign. Here's the leg kick to the plate, and it is a called strike. The count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the 9th. Evan Jacob, a long pause, and now starts to get set against Hicks. The full count pitch, here it is, and he'll get him swinging and missing, and it's no, he stays tipped it. No, he doesn't. That's his 6th strikeout of the day. The umpire threw us off. The 6-1 ends it as the Hoptown Hoppers move to 3-0 with a win over the Flash.
We want to say thank you again for today's game day sponsor.
An impressive win there as the Hoppers trailed for the first time this season and fight back, add some insurance with a 2-run homer from Brendan Mueller, and they stay in first place early in this season.
And we're going to get to a break here, and we'll come back and we'll wrap up our broadcast. As Colin said, the Hoppers go to 3-0 with a big 9-6 win, and we may have to start calling Coach Benny the gambler, because he gambled there with Evan Jacob. He pitched the final 4 innings for the Hoppers, and they get the win. 9-6. We'll be back to the Chick-fil-A broadcast table right after this timeout. You're listening to Hopper Baseball, presented by Chick-fil-A.